We love cars. Not the unattainable hypercars locked behind velvet ropes and seven-figure price tags, but the ones normal people can actually buy. Cars that are fun, dependable, and most importantly, affordable. And despite what the internet might tell you, you don't need a massive budget to get something enjoyable. Even in today's market, there are still genuinely good cars out there for under 10 grand, and some for far less. This list isn't about boring appliances or desperate compromises. These are cars that deliver real personality, proven reliability, and a driving experience that reminds you why you fell in love with cars in the first place. Some are sporty. Some are practical. Some are weird in the best possible way. But all of them prove one thing: cheap doesn't have to mean miserable. Let's get into it. Number 8. Toyota Celica Geats. The Toyota Celica is one of those cars that quietly disappeared before people realized how good it actually was. While prices for most 90s and early 2000s Japanese sports cars have gone nuclear, the Celica, especially the Geats, has somehow remained within reach. For now, the Geats is the one to get. It came equipped with the 2ZZ-GE engine, a Yamaha-developed 1.8-liter naturally aspirated motor that loved to rev. Once the cam profile switched over, the car transformed from tame commuter to full-on hooligan. Around 180 horsepower may not sound wild today, but paired with a lightweight chassis and a 6-speed manual, it still feels alive. Add in a double wishbone rear suspension, classic coupe proportions, and Toyota's legendary reliability, and you've got a car that punches way above its price point. Clean manual examples can still be found under $7,000, but don't expect that to last forever. Number 7. Acura RSX Type S. If the Celica is underrated, the Acura RSX Type S is quietly legendary. This car represents the peak of early 2000s Honda engineering, lightweight, high revving, and obsessively well-built. Under the hood sits the K20 engine, a 2.0-liter four-cylinder that thrives on revs and rewards drivers who know how to use a clutch. With around 200 horsepower and one of the best manual transmissions ever installed in a front-wheel drive car, the RSX Type S isn't just fast, it's satisfying. The interior strikes a perfect balance between sportiness and comfort, and the chassis feels playful without ever becoming sketchy. Yes, clean examples are getting harder to find, and yes, mileage numbers can be intimidating. But this is a Honda. Properly maintained, it'll outlast most modern cars twice its price. Number 6. Pontiac Grand Prix GTP. On paper, the Pontiac Grand Prix GTP looks like the oddball of the group, and that's exactly why it works. This car doesn't rely on looks, trends, or internet hype. It relies on torque, noise, and one of the most overbuilt engines GM ever produced. Under the hood sits the supercharged 3.8-liter V6, an engine famous for surviving abuse, neglect, and mileage that would kill most modern powertrains. The supercharger whine alone gives the GTP a personality that you simply don't get anymore. With roughly 240 horsepower, the numbers may not sound impressive, but the torque delivery tells a different story. This car pulls hard from low revs, feels quicker than expected in real-world driving, and responds extremely well to basic mods. What truly separates the GTP from everything else on this list is value. You can still find running, driving examples for around $3,500, and parts are everywhere thanks to decades of production. It's not refined, it's not subtle, but it's loud, fast, durable, and unapologetically old school. And that's exactly the appeal. Number 5. Honda Accord. Not every great cheap car needs to be a performance icon. Sometimes, greatness comes from doing everything well. And the Honda Accord does exactly that. Manual-equipped Accords from the early 2000s are some of the most dependable vehicles ever built. They won't win drag races or carve canyons like a sports coupe, but they'll start every morning, handle abuse without complaint, and keep going long after other cars give up. Ride quality is smooth, interiors are well assembled, and maintenance costs are minimal. You can still find solid examples for under $3,000, which is borderline absurd considering how much car you're getting. It's the automotive equivalent of a reliable friend who always shows up when you need help. Number 4. Scion lineup. Scion was Toyota's experiment in building affordable cars for younger buyers. And while the brand didn't survive, the cars absolutely did. Models like the XA, XB, and TC were engineered with simplicity and durability in mind. They're light, easy to maintain, and far more fun than their reputations suggest. The TC, especially with a manual transmission, delivers genuine driving enjoyment while still being dead reliable. Because the badge never achieved cult status, prices remain low. You can find clean Scions between $3,000 and $4,000, making them some of the best value daily drivers on the market today. Number 3. BMW E39 5 Series. This one comes with a disclaimer, and it deserves it. The BMW E39 5 Series is widely regarded as one of the best sedans ever made, not just by BMW standards, but by any standard. The steering is hydraulic and full of feedback. The chassis balance feels planted and confidence-inspiring, and the ride manages to be both comfortable and composed at speed. Even today, it drives like a car engineered by people who genuinely cared about how a driver feels behind the wheel. When these cars are sorted, they feel special in a way that most modern sedans, no matter how fast or expensive, simply don't. That said, ownership isn't for everyone. Maintenance is real, parts aren't Honda cheap, and ignoring small issues will turn into expensive ones. But for someone who enjoys wrenching, learning, or simply staying ahead of maintenance, the E39 is an unbelievable value. You can buy a well-kept example for under $5,000 and experience a level of build quality, refinement, and road feel that once commanded a six-figure sticker price. Few cars on this list feel as solid, confidence-inspiring, or rewarding when you're actually driving them. Number 2. Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V isn't here to excite you, and that's exactly why it earns this spot. It excels at something far more important than performance numbers or styling trends: absolute dependability. Early CR-Vs are lightweight, practical, and far more capable than they look, especially in bad weather or rough conditions. With basic maintenance, these vehicles routinely cross 300,000 miles without drama, complaints, or expensive surprises. They're easy to live with, easy to repair, and easy to forget about, which is actually a compliment. You don't worry about them. You don't stress over them. You just get in and go. For under $4,000, you can still find first or second generation CR-Vs that will handle daily driving, road trips, bad winters, and neglect better than many newer vehicles. It might make you feel like an NPC behind the wheel, but it will quietly simplify your life, and that's worth more than excitement for a lot of people. Number 1. Lexus ES300. If your priorities are comfort, silence, and bulletproof reliability, the Lexus ES300 is almost impossible to beat. Built on Toyota foundations but refined to a much higher standard, the ES300 delivers smooth V6 power, a soft and quiet ride, and an interior that still feels well-assembled decades later. It doesn't try to be sporty, edgy, or attention-grabbing. It simply does its job exceptionally well. Ownership is where the ES300 truly shines. Parts are inexpensive, maintenance is straightforward, and reliability is legendary. These cars age gracefully, shrug off mileage, and rarely surprise their owners with expensive failures. Depreciation has already done all the hard work, which means you can still find older ES300s for under $2,000. That's luxury car comfort, Toyota-level reliability, and stress-free ownership for less than the price of a decent smartphone. For sheer peace of mind per dollar, nothing else on this list comes close. So there you have it. Proof that you don't need big money to enjoy great cars. Whether you want something fun, reliable, comfortable, or just stress-free, there are still solid options out there if you know where to look. Let us know which one you'd pick, or what car we missed, in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.